Welcome to the Nebraska State Fair Volunteer Recognition and Appreciation. From the Nebraska Building on the State Fairgrounds, we'll be honoring those individuals who give so much of themselves to make the Nebraska State Fair a great success. While COVID-19 keeps us apart, believe us when we say it will not be too soon when we can once again come together and create Nebraska's largest entertainment event. Get ready, it's time to begin.
The Nebraska State Fair volunteer program was truly established in 2010. Prior to that, when the fair was in Lincoln, we did have less than 20 true volunteers that participated.
In 2019 as a whole, 938 individuals came out to volunteer at the Nebraska State Fair. Those individuals together put in over 15,868 hours. If that doesn't tell you how incredible this program is and continues to be, then I'm not sure what will.
The last couple of years were definitely a challenging couple of years for the volunteers and the volunteer program, with dealing with uncertainties and weather and everything else aside, but they showed up. They were proud to be a part of a great fair and did whatever they could, whatever they were called upon to do, to make their fair again a great success.
We could not produce an event of this caliber and this satisfaction without the volunteers.
Let's see who qualified as a high flyer at our 2019 fair. Each of these recipients will receive their milestone lapel pin, a nice tote that they can take to and from the fair, and 2 complimentary gate passes.
Say congratulations to these Nebraska State Fair volunteers.
Next, we'll check in with our big spenders. These individuals will receive their milestone lapel pin, a hat or visor, and a set of license plate covers.
Say congratulations to these Nebraska State Fair volunteers.
The volunteers really help us to complete critical projects. They help us to soften the fair, they help us to smile at people, they provide guidance, they provide assistance, they match lost parents with found kids. What the volunteers bring to the Nebraska State Fair is truly priceless.
We rely heavily on volunteers to help the foundation do what it needs to do for the success of the fair. In fact, many of them run the foundation gift shop, where we sell over $45,000 in merch in 11 days. They come out, they're excited to do it, and the neat part is they're contacting us in October to say, sign me up for next year. What can I do to help?
In the 2019 fair, we had a volunteer come from as far west as Chadron and as far east as Omaha. We have volunteers every year that travel up from Arizona and Florida to participate in this legacy of a program that we have and to be a part of the tradition of the Nebraska State Fair.
The guest experience is largely enhanced by volunteers. Guest surveys at the 2019 fair resulted in an average rating of 4.45 out of 5, which is about 90% customer service rate, which is very good for our event.
Our thrill seekers are thrilling for sure. Each of these individuals will receive their lapel pin, a water bottle thermos, and a free carnival ride pass.
Say congratulations to these Nebraska State Fair volunteers.
out who qualified for frozen fried and on a stick. These individuals will receive their milestone lapel pin and a food voucher to enjoy all their favorite fair foods.
Say congratulations to these Nebraska State Fair volunteers.
I never would have guessed when I took over this volunteer program that I would become so attached to all the individuals who take their own time to give back to the Nebraska State Fair. The sense of community and togetherness that our program has is so inspiring, and it's gratifying that we get to be a part of it, that so many individuals take pride in not only their state, but the biggest event that their state has every year. I think that's reflective year after year when we have individuals as young as 11 and 12 years old come out to volunteer with their parents.
Congratulations to the Nebraska State Fair volunteers for being awarded for outstanding dedication, momentum, and leadership toward the Nebraska State Fair. From Serve Nebraska and Governor Pete Rickett.
Let's check in with our headliners. These award winners will receive their lapel pin, a food voucher, and 2 complimentary tickets to a concert of their choice.
And these are the headliners. Gaylord Jensen, Karen Tessman, Susie Thompson, Claire Freevert, Lauren Lashinsky, Nancy Brose, Scott Potter, Stan Wilhusen, Kay Fielding, Vic Nelson, Deb Flash, Dan Brose, Marilyn Rembold, Bev Peterson, Malon Wolf, Andy Lowhead, Alan Kale, and Tom Schneider.
It's time for our Best in Show. Each of you will receive your lapel pin, your name displayed on the volunteer tribute wall outside the Nebraska building, as well as a recognition of services plaque.
And our Best of Show, Golda Bachbrader, Carl Heck, Barbara McGuire, Doria Wanitschke, Elizabeth Hodwalker, Jerry Williams, Stu Detloff, Barbara Lemberg, Linda Willman, Connie Honstein, James Dunham, Jean Jensen, Dave White, Sharon White, Mona Mueller, Julie Hine, Tom Schneider, Alan Kale, and Jean Lemberg.
Whether you pencil us into your calendar for 1 day or 2 days, 5 or 6 days, or the whole 11-day run, you show us your dedication for the annual state fair.
You volunteer based off of your own schedule. You can come in and work a morning shift, an afternoon, or an evening. Those evening shifts, you only have to work 3 hours and get credit for 4 hours. You set your schedule, you tell us your interests, and we'll help get you placed.
From greeting fairgoers to helping with domestic exhibits such as photography or canned goods, or assisting in the Family Fun Activity Center, there are a lot of different ways that you can help. And when you reach the 300-hour mark, your name will be listed on the volunteer tribute display in front of the Nebraska building. Rewarding? You bet. Volunteers develop a sense of pride, ownership, and involvement. Perhaps you'd like to help with State Fair landscaping, volunteer at specific shows and events, or perhaps you'd like to welcome visitors to the fair. We have a special need evenings and weekends. There are plenty of opportunities for you to volunteer on the days and hours that are best for you. We can't wait to have you back for another great year.
Every fair has grand champions, and if you're one, you will receive your lapel pin and a trophy.
Our grand champions include Ron Sainer, Chester Grooms, Karen Marl, Dell Brooks, Janet Ink, Mark Glore, Kathy Riley, Virginia Olshway, Jack Wilson, Sally Miller, Ron Underwood, Echo Alcorn, and Alan Kale.
Now to the real overachievers. Our fair fanatics have hit 500 hours, and for that they will get their milestone lapel pin as well as a beautiful black soft shell jacket with embroidery.
Fair fanatics include Sharon Selly, Clarence Stevens, Laura Stevens, John Dahlstrom, Annie Kale, Mary Ann Nemeth, Harriet Hoagland, Jody Fagley, Ron Sainer, and Mara Dedloff.
Well, I think Winston Churchill said it best when he said, "You make a living out of what you get, but you make a life out of what you give." And our volunteers have given so much to the success of the fair. And I want to thank you all for all that you do, all that you've done, and all that you continue to do to be a part of your Nebraska State Fair.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one of our Nebraska State Fair volunteers. I am so honored that I get to work with you year after year, and I look forward to assisting you for another year. Thank you for your time and talents that you put forth to make our Nebraska State Fair a great one every year.
And thank you doesn't seem like enough, but it's all I know how to say. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, volunteers, for all that you do to make the Nebraska State Fair a success.
Say thank you to our Nebraska State Fair volunteer sponsors.